Folks, we're hearing what people are saying in the court of public opinion. And then there is the law, right? And even in that arena, attorneys in Atlanta and across the country are questioning what went on in this case and the outcome. Here's John Sherrick.
Even the special prosecutor, Kentucky Attorney General David Cameron, was fighting back tears over the outcome of this grand jury investigation. Cameron insisting he did everything he could to provide every bit of evidence to the grand jury for possible indictments of all the officers involved for Breonna Taylor and her family.
I understand that as a black man, how painful this is. My heart breaks for the loss of Miss Taylor.
Cameron insists the hard evidence that he had was not enough to take all of the officers to trial on manslaughter-type charges. Atlanta attorney Keith Lamar, who is a former Fulton County prosecutor, says he has seen prosecutors get indictments from grand juries with even less hard evidence than the Breonna Taylor case has.
It's a tough case. I'm not saying it would have been an easy case for the prosecutor, but at the end of the day, I felt the prosecutor had a duty to at least try to get, those charges for the victim in this case.
And why were the officers even at Breonna Taylor's apartment back in March in the first place? Looking for an ex-boyfriend using a no-knock warrant. Former police officer and prosecutor Bill McKinney of Atlanta believes that the other detectives in the case who obtained the warrant should be investigated for putting the officers on the scene and Breonna Taylor and others at risk.
They didn't have sufficient information to do that, to get a no-knock. And anytime you do that, a homeowner has a right to defend themselves. That no-knock warrant should not have been issued based on a lack of evidence.
An entire police department and prosecution team on trial, still in the court of public opinion.